I'm here outside CES 2023 and I'm currently cowering behind this giant billboard because the sun, as you can see, is there. It's pretty bad. Anyway, I'm here outside CES 2023 with this man, Ali from FinTech Finance, who has sponsored this episode on CES 2023. And if anyone watching has got any interest on FinTech or
InsurTech as well.
InsurTech,
Financial services in
financial,
general.
any kind of FinTech, InsurTech, that's it. Go ahead and take a look at FinTech Finance over on LinkedIn. I'll drop a link below so you can go and take a look at them. But join me and Ali as we check out CES.
I took to the CES floor not knowing what the hell I was doing. The sheer size of it was overwhelming and I had less than 2 days to see as much as I could, and naturally I wanted to start with the weirdest gadgets I could find, starting with this.
Increasing speed,
Not literally, but
lowering the stroke lengths,
Hi, how are you?
and if that's not going to get you off, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
And then the fun part is
No, wait, not that, this.
So just when you thought your smart home couldn't get any weirder, couldn't get any better, couldn't fit anything else in, I'd like to introduce you to the thing inside this toilet. That is called the U-Scan by Withings, which is a hands-free home urine lab.
The whole idea behind this product is simply to take a sample of your urine and then give you a rundown of several metrics on your health that can be ascertained from your wee-wee, sending this data to an app on your phone. Whilst I was there, I was a bit skeptical about this, but with hindsight, I actually think this could be a really useful product in home diagnosis and has huge potential to revolutionise health. When it releases, it will cost around £450, which is the bad bit. I think it's quite expensive and prices it way out of league for anyone who might just be interested. And on top of that, you do need to replace the cartridges every 3 months, which aren't cheap. Funnily enough, they wouldn't let me go in the toilet in their demo area to test it, so that one will have to wait, but it may surprise you to know that I'm actually really excited by this tech. Other weird bathroom tech of note consisted of toilets that could open and shut like Pac-Man, and a Cola stillness bath that will set you back just £15,000. Unfortunately, they wouldn't let me have a dip because the water was cold apparently.
I think I spoke about this last year. Super expensive, but look at it, it's in person. It's got smoke coming from it.
Talking about water, another piece of weird tech was the Cara Pure, which can pull drinkable water from the air, placing it directly into glasses or bottles. It can make up to 10 litres of water per day, which is quite cool, at a cost of nearly $4,000 though. Thing is, when you actually stop to think about what this is, all it is a dehumidifier that takes the moisture from the air, condensing it, and then filters it into drinkable water. That moisture has come from the relative humidity of the air, which is in part caused by the weather, but other factors too, such as our breath, which is a little on the horrific side to think I'm drinking someone else's breathing, filtered or otherwise.
They've literally just given me a sample of the water made from that condensed breathing, which I'm really quite excited to try. But you're going to have to wait until the end of this episode to find out my thoughts on the taste of this water.
With the little bottle of condensed human breath stowed away securely in my pocket, I marched off to see what other wonders I could find. Naturally, I was drawn to the large amount of personal light electric vehicles like those from Kugu or Icoma, but perhaps one of the most impressive was a self-driving wheelchair.
I'm not piloting this chair at the moment. It's literally taking me to this point and turn around and take me back. I mean, this is cool. It's amazing. The idea with this is that you can set predefined locations for it to go to and have a little option on here where to take you. That's so cool. Absolutely love it.
Now, not content enough that I'd found the most interesting PLEV at CES, I kept searching. And then I found it. Perhaps the most incredible thing that I've seen for a long while from a company called Yadea.
Ah, 3 times. That's insane. That's insane. This is one of the coolest things I've seen. Is this go and that stop?
This is accelerate. This is accelerate, and this is a brake.
I'm a little bit.
Your time is
I think I'm a little bit big for it because my knees don't fit, but this is one of the coolest things I have seen for a long while. See you later.
Unfortunately, this is just a concept device right now, but on principle, this thing could revolutionise last mile transport, and I can't wait to see what Yadea do next with this concept.
I'm taking this home.
Talking about concepts, as usual, there were concept vehicles left, right and centre, autonomous ones with e-ink exteriors, and even a collaboration between Sony and Honda with the Afeela, which has screens on the outside. Now, some of these were cool, some of these were not, but almost all of them were pointless.
So they've gone to all the effort of designing something that looks incredible, like a modern version of DeLorean, and then they've put seats in that look like they've been built in Minecraft or Roblox. Would you sit in those seats?
I'm looking at those seats there. They do look a little bit. They look a little bit like the Tesla Cybertruck.
Yeah, the seats look like the Tesla Cybertruck. Not exactly the most comfortable thing in the world.
Little did I know that behind me the start of the destruction of man was creepily crawling across the floor.
There's something a bit scary about robot dogs. I don't like it. I don't like the way they move.
Everyone's crowding around it, stressing it out.
So I don't think it's got emotions. What did you just what did you say?
So everyone's crowding around it and stressing it out.
Look at it. It's like a spider. It just reminds me of like a spider crawling. It's coming here. It's coming after me. It's coming after me. It's coming after me. Run.
Unknowingly, I'd walked into the depth of the robot hive, and everywhere I turned, there was one waiting to plunge its steely cold hands into my chest. Although not all were as creepy as the dog from hell. Yokai Engineering, a Japanese company, makes some adorable robot pillows that purr and wag a tail, and even a robot that nibbles your finger.
You enjoying that?
Do you know what I am actually? It's
Therapeutic.
yeah.
So this is called Poi Poi Molcar, and it's a Japanese TV show that's incredible. You've got to watch it. But I'm being told to put my finger in the mouth. No, it's nibbling my finger. It's like a little hamster.
On the more advanced of the robot spectrum, I got the chance to say hello to AO, one of the most advanced robots that is currently being used in the service industry. This was quite exciting, as it was able to demonstrate disinfecting, opening doors, and even retrieving packages. Although this sort of thing probably won't be in our homes at an affordable price for a very long time, it's still a great indicator of things to come.
I don't know how much it is, but I want one because these are going to come into our homes eventually, but I want it now to pour me my whiskey. It could pour me whiskey.
You can, however, at this time buy mini robots from a company called RoboSen, and even bloody Transformers. These were awesome, and they even demonstrated synchronised movement between a bunch of them as well, although at just over £1,000, this is not a cheap toy by any means of the word. Now, should we be worried that humans will be out of the job the next decade due to rises of robots like this? Perhaps not. The robots we have in use now, well, they do leave a lot to be desired.
Look at it, it's just spinning round and round and round and round. Beeping right next to me.
It's just trying to get you to recycle.
I've not finished my drink yet.
Leave it alone. It's doing its job. You okay, Steve?
There's two of them now. There's two of them. The original one has made it a foot. And this one has now just stopped here.
His friend's come to help
to a
him.
wall. Why is it talking to the wall? They're going to crash. They're going to crash. We're a long way off from robots, I think.
Still, the foundations are here, and intelligent robots like AO are a great example of things to come. As for artificial intelligence itself, there were only a handful of stands demonstrating the latest technology, including one that I thought could mean the end of my career as a YouTuber. Bluenet have created a piece of software that supposedly could create an AI version of me, so naturally I had to try it.
This is going to save me so much time. I'm here in this booth to get myself filmed so that I can create an AI version of myself who can present episodes of STU'S Reviews. So I'll be able to type in a script, press go, you won't know what's real or not.
So, after waving my arms around with my mouth open looking like an absolute lunatic, this is the result.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of STU'S Reviews. Today I want to take a look at how unusual artificial intelligence is, and how I can automatically generate myself presenting an episode of STU'S Reviews, sponsored by FF News, of course.
Quite frankly, a little disappointing. It appeared that the software just couldn't comprehend my mouth due to facial hair and was unable to animate my face correctly. To give them a small amount of breathing space, they did mention that results from people with facial hair was often inaccurate.
More movement, isn't it, to the upper
Yeah,
the moustache, imagine the moustache.
Facial hair makes a difference.
Yeah.
In the breeding technology.
But still, pretty cool, yeah.
According to studies, 40% of men have facial hair, which is a rather large audience that Bluenet is missing out on if their AI can't work with facial hair. But this wasn't the only unusual AI that I stumbled upon.
Would I like to know about my skin condition through AI analysis? Good lord. It's analysing now. It's going to tell me I've got some horrible growth or something. Hey, hold on a minute. I am not 48. And it's given my skin a score of 5 out of 10. Saying I look 42 years old, that's nearly 10 years older than what I actually am. Which might surprise some of you, because I do look quite old. But, please touch below, redness, 1 out of 10. Skin condition bad. Wrinkle, 3 out of 10. Skin condition bad. Pigment, skin condition normal. Oh, cosmetics recommendation. Hold on a minute. Ah, okay. Then I can get my personal recommendation for cosmetics to try and solve my skin. That is very interesting. I do like the concept of it, but it was very wrong.
So after being horrendously insulted by an overzealous AI, I immediately sought to try and repair my rapidly aging appearance by having a little lie down on the most ingenious mattress that I've ever tested by a company called Neurosonic. Now you can't see it by just looking at me, but it's transmitting very low frequency vibrations throughout my body, and the best way to describe it would be like sleeping on a very large purring cat. Without going into too much detail, this is supposed to promote a quicker way to enter a meditative state which reduces anxiety and stress and allows you to relax and recharge far quicker than conventional methods. Now these come in a few forms like fold-away mattresses that I'm on, but also a chaise lounge and a recliner. Now I sleep terribly, but I can tell you that in the short 10 minutes that I drifted off into a very relaxed state indeed, but it wasn't enough. I wanted more. I tasted the sweet delight of sleep, and I was hungry for another serving. So not long after this, I found a pillow. Although, I wasn't going to get much rest on this one. They were demoing its ability to lift your head from side to side when it detects snoring so that it can move it to a position that promotes better breathing. And according to the numbers, 93% of testers showed reduced amounts of snoring whilst using the pillow, which is staggering. After these, I was starting to feel rather sleepy, which was soon cured by having my retinas burned out of my skull by a transparent display.
So you can see the people through there, but then you go to this side of the display, and again I can see through the display, but you can't actually see what's going on. It's completely invisible on that side. That's so cool. Muxwave. I tell you now, when it flashes bright white, it is blinding. Jesus Christ. Oh. Bloody hell, fire, that's so bright.
Although this type of technology is cool, it realistically has very little practical application in the home, so I went in search for the latest and greatest technology to watch Stu's reviews on. Now XGimme had some awesome projectors on show, including their ridiculously cool ultra short throw projector, the Aura. They also had a new version of the Mogo which has seamless keynote correction technology, which was also super impressive. LG blew my socks off as well with their new wireless TV.
Now that is the sort of tech that I've been waiting for. Wireless, anything, wireless, just wireless television. No wires, is transmitting supposedly 4K 120 hertz audio and video from the base station, I think, which is down there. But that's so cool. I hate wires so much. That's cool. The only cable it has is a power cable at the back. Now supposedly zero latency from the box to the television, although they couldn't tell me exactly. I don't know whether or not that's true, but if it is, that's awesome. That means that all of your cables of your boxes and your other bits can be hidden away, and you've literally just got the one power cable going into the TV and everything else transmitted. That's so cool.
Wireless technology didn't stop there, because perhaps even more impressive was the Y-Charge booth. These guys were demonstrating a toy train that was completely powered by wireless electricity that was being supplied to it from a unit that was mounted on beams above the booth.
That sort of thing, that's the future of technology right there. Right there. That's incredible.
They also showed a light bulb that was powered using the same technology. Now it does have its limitations for sure, but seeing this groundbreaking technology in person was an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait for this type of tech to get bigger and better. The implications for home technology and even smart home products is just insane. Imagine contact sensors and motion sensors that are infinitely powered by wireless electricity rather than finicky little individual batteries. Now I also got the chance to play with a few other brands' new pieces of smart home kit that aren't due out until later this year. Firstly was the Flick Twist, which is an absolutely crazy smart home controller that has so much potential, it's unbelievable, and I'll definitely be featuring it in the country club as soon as I can get my hands on it, but more on that soon. Now there was the SwitchBot Hub 2, a really nice update to the hub which brings Matter support and also a display along with climate sensing functions and a few buttons on screen to control pieces of your smart home. And they also had a new blind opener, which is a genius piece of tech that you can retrofit to blinds to change the angle of tilt. I also visited Govee and checked out a few of their new light offerings, which were absolutely awesome. Ali was even allowed to draw a picture of what it looked like to use the Withings Wee monitor. These new pieces of tech were brilliant, but the type of tech I was really hyped to see was smart glasses, but unfortunately it was rather slim pickings. There were plenty of concepts, but nothing really in the form factor that I wanted. The closest was from Vuzix, which displays a green matrix style hologram of information in front of your eyes, which is super impressive, but it's only really available for enterprise use. Perhaps the only others I've mentioned were the TCL Nextwear, which were okay, but to be honest, don't do a lot other than throw a display up in front of your eyes that mirrors whatever your device is connected to. They don't even feature head tracking, so wherever you look, the giant screen is always in front of your face, offering no real augmented reality. It would be way better if you could lock that display into a fixed position in space, which would give the AR effect that I'm after. Now TCL did have one display cabinet of a pair of AR glasses, but I was told that these were non-functional concepts.
Look, I can't try them. Look, you can watch him try it, but I don't believe that. I want to try them myself. That's a shame. That is a shame. Never mind.
Fingers crossed for next year's CES for more smart glasses. There was just so much more to see at CES, but after 2 days of discovery and 25 miles of walking, my time in Vegas was coming to an end, but not before checking out the winners of the CES Awards. This was full of awesome gadgets, but there was one thing that really stood out to me. A pram. The Gluckskind stroller is the most advanced pram that I've ever seen, featuring self-driving elements and even features like rocking the baby backwards and forwards automatically. Of course, my child is now 2 and refuses outright to go in a pram, but still, if this had been around when she'd been born, I'd have happily traded a kidney for it, because I'm afraid you're probably going to need to. It's quite expensive. But all of this concludes my top finds at CES and the tech that stood out the most for me. There's so much that I checked out at CES that hasn't made it into my top tech. Electric skates, tech that turns any material into a touch interface, robots that can tell if your grandma is sad, giant portable batteries that can be driven around remotely, microwaves with completely see-through fronts, something that I didn't realise that I wanted, chess sets that automatically move the pieces of an AI opponent, which I obviously beat in world record time. There was a machine that sprayed the smell that was on the screen, robot pool cleaners, a vest that allowed me to feel in VR, and massage chair after massage chair after massage chair.
That's a torture device. I bet I'm too tall for it.
Seriously, I didn't fit in a single one of them. I even got to test out the PSVR 2, but unfortunately I wasn't allowed to film that. All I can say is that I'm excited to give it a more in-depth go when it comes out in February. The graphics were solid and the eye tracking was super cool. But I hope you enjoyed this overview of CES 2023, and I hope you are as hyped for some of the tech that I've showed you today, because I am, and I cannot wait for some of it. If you liked the episode, don't forget to subscribe and remember to check out FF News at the links below if fintech stuff is your game. But other than that, I will see you back for another episode of STU'S Reviews soon. Tastes like water. Oh.